Have you ever told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, only to realize you've been saying the same thing for weeks or even years? Most people think the highest cost of procrastination is that they don't accomplish their goals. I don't think that's the greatest cost. I think the biggest cost is something much deeper. Every time you delay what matters most, you teach yourself a lesson about who you are. And over time, that lesson becomes your identity because we often think of procrastination as a time management problem, but in many cases, it isn't. It's a trust problem. Every promise you make to yourself creates an opportunity to strengthen or weaken your relationship with yourself. When you say you're going to go for a walk tomorrow, and when you promise yourself you'll finally begin saving money, when you decide you'll spend an hour building your business, you're doing more than creating a task list. You're making an agreement with yourself. Now, imagine what happens when those agreements are repeatedly broken. You don't simply lose a workout, you lose a little confidence. You don't simply postpone the project, you are postponing believing that your own words carry weight. That's why so many women, they feel frustrated with themselves. It's rarely because they aren't capable. It's because they've spent years teaching themselves that their own priorities are negotiable. Here's the encouraging part. The opposite is also true. Every time you follow through, even in a small way, you teach yourself something new. You begin creating evidence that you can depend on yourself. That evidence becomes confidence. Notice that I didn't say success creates confidence. Success is often the result. Confidence begins much earlier. It begins the moment you keep one small promise to yourself. Well, maybe today you drink the water you plan to drink. Maybe you finish 20 minutes of focused work. Maybe you take the walk you almost talked yourself out of. Those moments may seem ordinary, but they're not. They're votes for the person you're becoming. One completed promise will never change your life by itself, but hundreds of completed promises absolutely will. So let me ask you a question. What promise have you been negotiating, not because you don't know what to do, but because you've continued permitting yourself to postpone it? Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your finances. Maybe it's finally launching that business you've dreamed about. Maybe it's protecting your peace by setting healthier boundaries with people. Whatever it is, stop waiting for perfect circumstances. Perfect circumstances are rarely the reason people succeed. Consistent follow through is. You don't have to change your entire life. Choose one promise, keep it, then keep it again tomorrow, and again next week. Over time, something remarkable begins to happen. Your confidence grows stronger, more stable, not because life became easier, but because you finally began believing in your own word. That's one of the greatest forms of leadership you'll ever develop, because leadership over yourself, it makes a big difference. If today's message spoke to you, I've created a free resource called the Self-Trust Reset. It's a simple 5-step guide to help you rebuild trust in yourself through consistent action. You'll find the link in the description below. And if you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to the ShePower official channel. Every week, we explore practical ways to help women build confidence, self-respect, and intentional lives one decision at a time. Thank you for watching. Remember, stay focused, stay intentional, and keep moving forward.